Welcome back, everybody, to this playthrough of Liberty or Death. We're picking up in August 1775. I don't know for this series. Should I welcome you back as Tories, Loyalists? I don't know what sounds better for us. But this classic retro playthrough, we're going to dive more in. Again, a lot of these turns I'm going to skip through because I know this game is very repetitive in a lot of ways. So the goal isn't to just hammer it and just be like, oh my goodness, just get on with it. The goal is to make it entertaining and see what we can do as far as the battles and stuff and the frontline movements. So if you see this jump around here in a little bit, that will be why. Whenever I'm just building and moving, there's no real reason. I can catch you up on any big moves that happen. So we are picking up in 1775. We're still getting ready. We haven't had our big reinforcements yet in the south, so I'm gearing up for that. I'm going to have Prevost here. See, Prevost now wants to attack Charlestown. We're going to say no, because I know hardly any of them can actually attack. So there's no reason to do that. We're not drilled for it either. And Dunford doesn't even have a cannon, so what's the point? See, one guy would be able to attack. I like to have at least 70 on my training before I attack. Otherwise, I feel like they get beat up pretty well. So let's see where the next one takes us. I don't think we're going to be attacking anybody yet. We're going to try to recruit some officers and stuff up here. But we might just hold off. Yeah, nobody can do anything up here except buy some arms and stuff. So we're just going to sit tight with Cornwallis and Waterville. Montreal is our rock solid one here. But I do... let's see. What do we... So, these two can attack us, and that's it in Montreal. I almost think we should just not get too big there and start trying to hit over Massachusetts as well. Stretch these guys. And then on our next quarter, we could hit the central with our big reinforcements and really try to pin in the Americans and stomp them from the beginning. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll start to move back. Ooh, we could go by sea. I forgot about that. Let's see what our options are. This would help us consolidate. Actually, either one, because if we move here, they're not going to be able to get to number 1 or 2. So maybe we'll do Fort Western, depending on who we can take with us. So Carleton can stay behind Clinton, Gates, and Howe. And Andre, maybe? That'd be leaving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, bring McKenzie. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's 5 left behind. Ooh. I think that'll be okay. We're going to bring more stuff with them, because these are going to be our strong players. So we're going to move all of our strong ones down there for, because Washington and Nathaniel Greene especially. So if you lose your commander-in-chief, so if I lose as Thomas Gage, I'm done. Game's over. If we capture Washington, doesn't do anything to them, other than if we can capture Washington in a battle, what does happen is they, all the officers with them get captured as well. So if you find out that they're commander-in-chief, and then somebody else will become the new commander-in-chief, but if you can capture them in battle, then you just hit pay dirt, because you know what, Carleton's already trained up there really well. Oh yeah, he's got 100 training, so you go buy stuff. So if we can do that, that'd be great. So, and on this one, we don't even have to worry about Quebec up there in number 7 now. So we can empty them out and move them down into Three Rivers, which is number 8, or move them over to number 3. So either way, we're setting up pretty nicely here. All right, I think I'm going to do some training. And I'll come back whenever we have some changes happening. One thing we are going to do here, though, before I do, is we are going to try to recruit he's a 56 loyalty. So we have 358. We could get him with 100 potentially, but what we're going to do instead to increase his loyalty, we're going to send him on a furlough, because by sending him on a furlough, his loyalty will... Oh, before we do, let's train him first. So at least he'll be trained a little bit. So we're going to train him, send him on a furlough. He will not be available to defend or anything else. But when he comes back, his loyalty will be up. And I'm not too worried at the moment that they're going to be able to hit us too soon. Montgomery's down there, but we just got we got Joseph Brant, I believe it was, that showed up in 17. So I think we'll be okay, especially since we just moved over to Fort Western. Let's give him 2 turns. Okay, so now I'll come back whenever we have a fight going on or whenever we are planning on ready to do a fight. I'll update you on any major changes that have happened since then, and we'll see how it goes. So we'll jump ahead here. Okay, we finally get some new regiments. We've skipped forward a little bit. I'll update you on just 2 notes as we do, but let's see. This should be our main force, hopefully, in the south. There we go. Loading up. We got not only a militia, but now we're getting all of our troops. We can start to conquer the south. Roll over. So we got 2 militia that showed up, Baird and Grierson. Ooh, Baird is solid. 73 and 82 in the attack. Okay, Grierson, you can be a nice garrison. Now, one thing with the militia that I haven't mentioned, the militia can only be in a district that is in their state or one that is connected to their state. So that's a reason also to recruit these guys, because then you can move them farther away. And if you secure the state, and let's say I secure, this is Georgia, and I get South Carolina and North Carolina, I have all the South. Well, there's a good chance the Georgia militia are just going to leave because they're not under threat anymore. So that's another reason. So let's see who else we got. We got Mattias Fermoy. He's okay. Fordyce is junk. Thomas Futter, the only good thing about him is his cavalry. Habersham's not good. Von Heister is the best one out of this bunch. Jaegerman is guerrilla, so that's really good. Von Kraft is not anything. Patterson's not anything. Sauber's not, oh gosh. And Sauber's cannon, he'd at least be serviceable if he had a cannon, but he doesn't have a cannon. Von Donnup's not bad. Ewald stinks. So, man. So Ewald, Von Kraft at least has discipline, but Fordyce is going to stay behind. Yeah, well, we can at least garrison Florida with a few of these. And we have numbers now. The good thing is in the South, they don't have a lot of troops. The Americans don't. And I'll show you that here right now. So the previous turn, they got a little bit of help. As you'll see, there are 2 blue continental places here. So the Americans only have 2 continental regiments they can send in the South. So that means they went ahead and picked the South as well as we did, which is good news for our North. They're not going to strengthen up there. But they've got Lawrence, who is very good at McIntosh, which is solid. And they just took out Georgetown as well. But that means they captured McPherson there, who's a solid officer. But this is not that strong here. We have militia surrounding them. So even though these guys aren't the best, we can recapture Florida to make sure we get the income going in October. And then we can move in to at least start taking these out. And then again, we can backtrack and garrison Georgia after we take out these units. We did also use our money. Prevost here built a cannon for Durnford. So Durnford now has a cannon. Artillery is not useful without one. So that is good. You know, Grierson is not very loyal, so that's not the best. But he'll be good when we get him to leave him behind somewhere else. So let's see what we got. If we can, we're gonna send him on a furlough as well. We can. Now, if you furlough them, they aren't used yet, but if you leave and they're the only ones left, they become active again. So I'm just gonna send him on 3 turns. He's not gonna be the only one left behind when we end up attacking. But this way, the higher the loyalty, the less money we have to spend to get them to stay with us. So let's check out our other here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna send one of our weakest officer. Ooh, we have a boat. Nice. Okay. That's actually pretty good news. So we're going to send Mobile, the weakest one. Who is our worst one out of all these? It's got to be Sauber. This guy's, oh wait. He's our artillery. So it's got to be Ewald, I think. Yeah, Ewald, because he doesn't... Fordyce is also junk, so we'll just send Fordyce. Your leadership's the worst. So we'll give you just enough rations to live off of. Just enough powder, because you're not going to fight anybody. And no money. You'll get money in October. You won't get much, but you'll get a little bit. So you go settle in over there. Then we're going to do the same thing over here to St. Augustine. We're going to send our next worst. Ewald, right? Yep, there you go. You will get just enough. Because, again, you will get more supplies when the quarter ends. So one thing you find is that if you have enough rations, they don't go down a ton. But if you are low on rations, they start to sink a lot faster. Now, we will transport by sea. And we will go to Savannah, because then we can use this fleet to then actually launch an attack potentially as well. All right, so we want to take we want to take these guys. We are going to leave Von Kraft behind. And we really are Von Kraft or Habersham. Von Kraft's better in tactics and discipline, so he can get his training up there faster. I don't know. He's going to be left behind soon enough anyways. So we got to leave just enough behind. There we go. Take all the money. Maybe we can build another cannon with this money. It cost us 450 gold last time, so I think we can get another cannon for artillery. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be attacking with this fleet, but that's okay. Not a big deal. All right. Okay, so I'll finish up the south here and we'll rejoin here in just a moment. Okay, now we are back to the October meeting with Parliament. So let's see what we've got here. House of Commons, 1775, October. Ooh, you got to give promotions out. Who deserves one? Well, nobody's done anything yet. Let's get another one down. Prevost is going to be important. Now, we did recruit St. Luke last time, so that's awesome. Now, this means we have to pay more. We don't need to use them, but we increase their loyalty and we increase their reputation by giving them a promotion. So we're going to do Prevost. Is there anybody whose loyalty is really bad? Oh, wow, Fordyce. We do not want to be paying you money every time that you want to leave. So we'll go ahead and give you one that you don't deserve. But nobody else deserves one either. You can be a major. That's fine. So 4,000, we can work with that. That's not bad at all. I do think I'm a little nervous at all the blues surrounding me up north, and that's where all my heavy hitters are. I feel like if we win a good battle up there, that would be huge for us. We could continue to go into the south, but I think we have enough units down there when we recruit the militia that we're going to be fine. So we're going to bring them in the north this time. And we are going to do a joint attack, maybe. Let's go with a joint attack. I don't know that we're going to be ready to fight in the north this time. We might. Let's do that. We already have... Yeah, we're going to do the north. Now, they only help us when we attack them, so we're just going to keep the salary the same. We will spend some more funds. I like to spend like half of what I have, of what I can build almost. So I like there, I just round down. So I'm going to do 20. By us having 3 fleets, there's a chance we could hire all 3 or win all 3 areas. So I am going to max out our mercenary regiments again, because if we can load up in the north, we will be set. And then we can start to hammer them back. Take 1 and 2 up there, and then just start to push back this rebel scourge that is crushing the colonies. And we'll worry about the central later. We'll just sandwich them in. If they can just keep them busy for a little bit. All right, did we get... Oh, okay, so we got control of 2, and there we go. So the plan here is within this quarter, well, for one, we're going to get that, push them back there. So we're going to have to drill. I was going to be doing just a lot of public support campaigns here to try to win more people over, but can't be totally undrilled just in case they do get a little pushy down here. All right, so this is where we're going to, this is our big thing. We can do a lot of damage here, so we're going to build a cannon because we have the money. Who's better trained? Well, neither one of them. Awesome. We'll do Jaegerman because he's got more points to use. Now we need to give Sauber a cannon so he's not totally worthless. There we go. We're going to do a furlough on Grierson. Oh wait, he's already furloughed. That's right. Anybody else need one? Ugh, we got a lot of non-loyal people here. So I could pay the officers more. That will help with loyalty. Next time I might do that. All right, we're going to drill a little bit. I don't think their troops are all that well drilled, but none of the new soldiers from last time have had a chance to drill, so we cannot go in with 30s and 40s. I want at least 60, preferably 70 and above for training for the majority of the units that I'm attacking with, but we'll get there. Von Heister already at 47, Fermoy's at 60, Von Donop's close, Rodden's above it now. Yeah, so these guys at least have the discipline. I mean, they're Hessian after all, they're German. Of course they have the discipline. So we are doing better there. We have cannons so that we can blast away at them if we need to. Not too concerned. Let's just get the training up. Anybody else able to? Oh, okay. These guys, they'll be up above 60 most likely. Von Heister is really good tactically, but he doesn't have the discipline to get his soldiers trained as quickly as one of the guys who's going to probably show up this time in Kneifhausen. All right, we're going to buy arms as well so we can be as fully equipped as possible. Now, Prevost, I believe his training's already up there sufficiently. So let's see, it's going to take 880 to arm all of our troops. We will do it, though, because if we go in with 100 arms, we are set. So Prevost is going to be our commander of the South. See what he can do down there this time around. And we will rejoin things when we get to either some developments or a battle. All right, we have our first battle. Portsmouth is attacking Fort Western. Let's see what they have. I'm a little nervous on this one. They can get help from Berlin. We can get help from Waterville. That means only Burgoyne is going to be coming, but we did just train him up last time, so he's coming in with 75 training and 72 morale. 72 morale is really solid. Oh, right. I really hope Nathaniel Green and Thompson are not in this fight, because with Clinton, Howe, and Gates, I like our odds here, especially with the fort. I hope William Washington is not in this fight. Okay. They do have some artillery. Let's check who they have. They've got Henry Knox. He's well trained. He's got lots of weapons. Okay. He can fire from far. Oh, Lafayette's already here. But look at that training. They're wasting him. Okay, that's awesome. Now you'll notice here, lots of units have a slash and then 2 units do not. The ones that do not have a slash, those are the main attacking forces. The others are reinforcements. So if you want to win the battle, you have to get rid of the main units. You do not need to get rid of the reinforcements. So our focus is going to be on Lafayette and Knox if we can. But at the same time, if we're winning this really well, we're going to take these guys out as well. Return Meigs, again, an amazing leader for the Americans, but they haven't trained him and he has no arms. This is fantastic for us. Tinge Tillman, he's ready to go. 100 morale as well. William Heath, he's going to be a solid opponent. John Stark is a solid opponent. Hey, he's from our Ultimate General American Revolution, one of the real people they actually included. John Cadwallader is another solid opponent. Lots of morale on these guys. Goodness. And then Artemis Ward, oh boy. 93 training, 99 arms, 82 morale. He's going to be the guy to beat. So we're going to sit in the fort with our main guy, Henry Clinton. His morale is crap, so that's not good. The one thing, do we have boats? We do not have boats, neither do they. So they can, this guy, the artillery, can fire like 2 squares away during the day, not at night. So he's probably going to line up in one of these 2 squares. But here's what we can do. We've got Clinton there. They don't have any boats either. So we're going to put Gates and Howe up. Oh, no, we don't want to put him in reserve. Howe up here because they are going to move around and they are going to either try to take to the hills and meet them on the hills, but the hills give you defensive bonuses. Infantry, the only things that can move through the forest are cavalry. The only ones who can move, well, guerrillas can move through forests and mountains. So we don't have to worry about them coming through the forest. So we can bottleneck them in here and Clinton can just have a field day. We're going to put Mackenzie there. Andre, you're not going to be needed. Burgoyne, we're going to start over here. Now, he can ambush them as they move through past these forests as well. So this is going to take them a while to get in position. But if we can weaken them right off the bat with Burgoyne, that would be a really, really good. So we are looking at, we have plenty of rations. So you'll notice Lafayette has less rations than men. When you're in battle, you do not need that many rations. But they don't have enough powder for all their men, so they could run out of powder potentially if this is a long battle. The turns, you'll see we're on turn 1 of day 1. A battle ends automatically after 15 days. Each day has 6 turns. Depending on the time of year and where you're at, the daylight will last anywhere from 3 to like 4 turns. This one will probably be a 3-day one, I believe, or 3 turns. Oh, if they are all bottled up, no, we're going to stay there. We're going to move Gates. Now, they have 6 movement points when they're well-trained and well-led. The movement points, so it takes 3 to move on the plains. It takes 4 to move into a fort. It takes 4 to move on the hill. It takes 5 to move into the forest. It takes 4. So that's what we're looking at as far as the abilities. Now, you can entrench men as well. So we're going to try to hit them here on the plains. Johnny Burgoyne, who is this? Is this Ward? Because if we can hit Ward in an ambush, that would get us started on the right way. Now, since they don't have a lot of training, oh, they found us, but we still get the ambush. There we go, 94 to 18. And now Burgoyne can hightail it out of there to set up another ambush. I hope. He's got 9. He can only get, oh yeah, he can go this way. 4 and then 5. Okay. We're going to try to set them up over here. We are going to let them, and we're going to try to entrench, see if this works. If they will come around this way, that could be really good. We could just line them up and crush both of their units right here, right now. Artillery have the ability to build bridges over bodies of water. 1 square, so that's something we need to keep in mind. With Knox, he might try to build a bridge over there, but that won't be anything we can't handle. Ward is the only one I'm really worried about, and if Burgoyne can take him down a notch, then we're in good shape. The wooden forts are the best forts to defend in. If Clinton had artillery, with infantry, you can actually fire out of a fort with artillery, so Guy Carleton is a guy, if we could ever get him artillery in a wooden fort, he could last all day long. We're going to continue. We're not going to charge yet, because if we charge, we go right through them and we could potentially get trapped. So we're going to just try to entrench with these two because they can only be attacked. We're not going to entrench with Gates because he could be attacked from one of 2 squares potentially. So we're going to just sit tight for a minute. We're just going to let Ward do this all day long. You can do that. Oh, they already got over here. Now, that's what we like to see. The only risk is when you're defending, you could get wounded as an officer, which really decimates their effectiveness. Or you could get killed, in which the whole unit gets wiped out, and you lose the officer for the entire game. If they're wounded, grievously wounded, they can at least come back. Now, attacking is not as effective, so I'm just going to let them attack us. All right, well, now we're going to let them attack us. In the fort, weaken them as much as we can. They're losing gunpowder, which will hurt Knox, and he won't be as effective. We're doing a great job on Ward. He's been weakened enough. Oh, this is working out great. We're just gonna let them keep coming at us. Let's do it this way, so maybe we can sucker him in towards the infantry. Oh, yay, good job, Knox. You built a bridge you don't really need. Bridges are not like 100% foolproof that they will be built. Okay, doing damage. Now we get to ambush, and there's a chance we could wound him. A higher chance with ambushes. No, it doesn't matter, but we did fantastic. If we can surround him enough, we could capture him. Any good American officer we capture, we are not letting go. We do not need the money, and we need to weaken their best officers. If we get some junk ones, which the Americans don't have as many as the British do, but if we get a junk officer, we'll gladly sell him off. Generals are worth the most, and so on down the line. But we'll take the money if we can on those. Oh yeah, this is good. Burgoyne, you have done your job. Because you've got Tillman's tough. Cadwallader is tough, but these guys are ready for him now. Look, they're entrenched. They're ready to go. So Burgoyne, you can fall back. Job well done. Who's this? Is this Heath or Stark? Stark. Then Heath is lined up. Heath's not as good as Stark, so that's also nice. Now, you do get an advantage, I think, if you attack at night. I know the guerrillas do, at least. Their attacks tend to do a little bit better, but I don't think it matters, especially not at this point for them. So we're going to throw one attack at them. Where are they at on powder? Wow, they're already going quite a bit less. There we go. They will retreat. They're down to 80. They're going to try to retreat next time. Go ahead. Flee. Oh, here he comes. Going after Howe. There. There's a good chance we could capture. Hey, yes! John Stark. All right, let's see what the first damage is. We don't have 500 men anymore, but neither do they. Neither do they. Okay. I think on this one, we are going to attack him. We do have a chance to bayonet, which can let you push back units. It also saves on powder, but we don't need to mess with that. Clinton, you keep staying in the fort to defend. Ah, that's the one I really wanted. Artemis Ward. Okay, Tillman and Cadwallader will probably be coming over those mountains soon. If we weaken the reinforcements enough, Lafayette just might flee on his own. Okay, yeah, he's more of a concern. So, how do we want to do this? Let's put Mackenzie up here. And okay, we'll sit tight. They're gonna have another unit slotting in there soon, so we can pull Howe back here once Mackenzie gets up there. Knox is gonna be ready to fire at us fairly soon. But if we can get rid of these two regiments, get rid of Cadwallader and Tillman, we can then move Burgoyne around to do his thing down at the back. So we'll do that. So let's move him back one and see what their next step is. Oh, where is Knox going? Maybe he's going to try to build a bridge? Oh, he can fire from that hill up there. Okay. We'll send Burgoyne to get him whenever the time comes for that. All right, Tillman. So we are going to fire first. Well, we've got Cadwallader. All right, Andre, attack. Now, when you have really well-disciplined or trained troops, you can do stuff like that where you can get those bonus hits. And since both Howe and Gates are really well-trained and disciplined, we can get both of them on this one. That flanking fire, devastating. And so soon we can get more on this one. We're going to go for this. See if we can't capture him on this next go. And now Burgoyne, General Johnny, you get ready to go have fun and take out Knox whenever he sets up on the hillside. We're gonna charge right through them. We're gonna charge through them like what? What's the line in Patton? Like crap through a goose? That's what we'll do. All right. How? No, gates. My bad. Gates. The more we surround them, the more likely it is we're gonna capture them. We haven't gotten their two best. Tillman and the Ward both got away. So let's see if we can get Cadwallader, who's another fine officer. Either way, we've taken out a huge chunk of their soldiers. They only get 1 to 3 new regiments that are Continentals every time. We will only get the same for the British, but they have a lot more regiments. After a while, we just run out of units we can send. So we have to recruit the Loyalists. If we can bribe more of the Continentals, like anytime I get a lot of money, I try to like save up to see if we can bribe a few more like we did Gates. That's always nice. There are several out there with low loyalty. So that's something that we will look to do as well. So we're going to send John Andre up there to see if he can do anything against Knox as well. Oh, look at that. We got the other militia. Now, if we had all of New Hampshire captured, as well as the border areas of New Hampshire, we would actually release the militia and sell them because they wouldn't be able to come back as long as we held those spots. But because we don't, that is not an option for us. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and see if Knox is out here like I think he is. And he is. Let's do a night attack. Lovely. Lovely. To start... Oh, that's not good. Only good thing there is Lafayette's not as well trained as he could have been. Oh, we got ourselves in a little bit of a bind. Okay. Yikes. We are not going to retreat, though. Because Burgoyne, after one more charge, he can get out of the way pretty quickly as we move our infantry here to try to dismantle Knox. Let's go ahead. Gates is already weakened, so we'll send him out there. All right, here comes Knox backing up, blasting away. Oh, just give it up. You're not going to get rid of Clinton. He's just single-handedly destroyed him. What are they at on supplies? 888 is what they have left, but that's not going to be enough for them. Lafayette, you're coming at us? Oh, I forgot. I got to move him back farther. I should have moved forward that last time. We need it to be night. Now you can save up movement points up to 10 if it gets to 10. So that's why I can move 8 points here, 3 for the plains, 5 for the hills. So that is helpful whenever you want to move and kind of do I guess a counterattack. Or if you get a bit of a backlog on some of your units, that's an option you have. Ooh, that was pretty decent. 46 from an artillery bombardment is a solid one, especially one that's already been weakened in numbers. So John Andre, let's get you over here. Should we do bayonet? Let's do bayonet. It's against artillery. We can do this. They have nowhere to retreat to because the forest is behind them. So Lafayette's not going to hit us next time. And if he does, let him come. Come on, Knox. No, you're supposed to retreat and get captured. Not what we wanted. We're going to attack this time. There we go. Now, some of these units, the ones that start with 250, it takes a little bit more sometimes to get them to retreat. That's why he's still hanging on. But 59, I can't see Knox staying next time. I think we're in position to capture him as well. And then if he retreats, there's a good chance the other two could retreat as well. Oh, we didn't capture him either? All right. Well, is Lafayette going to stay and fight? That's the question now. I don't know why he would. They're so outnumbered, and this guy's so beat up over here. You know what, Clinton? Have at him. There we go. It's nighttime. We have the advantage on the attack. Yeah, they're going to withdraw. Okay. Lafayette, you're on your own. What are you doing? Oh, he's going for... Okay. We're just going to wrap around and try to surround him and see if we can capture him. He's going to have a little bit more success over there. Just because... he's got more troops than Clinton. That's not going to last much longer. We're going to get Mackenzie over there with the potential to relieve Clinton if need be. And I forgot about Burgoyne last turn. Let's get him over here ready to go so he can go through those forests potentially to, again, help us try to trap Lafayette. Because if Lafayette were trained, he's a whole lot more dangerous. They just thought they had the numbers, so they came after us. Mistake for them, but that's a big win. Nathaniel Green's still out there. William Thompson, Montgomery, Putnam's out there. They've still got plenty of great soldiers. So we have to be careful. Can't be cocky on it, but that taking down Ward a lot, taking down Meggs and Tillman and Lafayette, all of these guys, weakening them the way we did is a big win for us. So they're not going to be able to... Oh, and they still have Ethan Allen and Daniel Morgan. Daniel Morgan is the one that him and Nathaniel Green scare me the most. Man, they are not giving up on Clinton. Clinton's beat up. Again, you can draft or reform units, but you cannot reform the commanding unit, and Clinton is the commanding unit. So he's going to have to draft his replacements, which means he's going to have to buy more arms and all that stuff with them for them as well. So that's a downside. But if we can capture Lafayette, the way we weaken them, we can't capture him either. Unbelievable. I hope they at least brought us money so we can rebuild faster. We will not ransom Stark, and we will not ransom Heath because we don't control all the areas they could land. Or if their loyalty was really low, we would consider it. So that was a big win for us. And with that, we will bring this episode to a close. I'll just be probably training up more men when we come back in the next episode until we have another battle and maybe make some headway and start attacking pretty soon in the south. So thanks again for joining me on this one and this look back at Liberty or Death. I hope you're enjoying this. Maybe trip down memory lane and come back on the next one. It's a real blast for it. So I hope to see you back on the next one.